Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bina Kerekebuna, in case you are new. Well, if you're not subscriber, you already know that by now. I mean, you already know my name is Bina. And thank you for clicking to watch my new video. Thank you guys. As you can see from the title of this video, is going to be a story time. A story time on how baby girl nearly got sacked because of Owambe. If you know me, but if you know my channel for a while, you know by now that I'm an Owambe lover. I love to attend weddings. Weddings are my favorite things to attend. Weddings and birthdays. Like I hate attending burials. Anything sad, I'm not a pal of it. I'm not a preacher of sadness. I'm a preacher of happiness. You get it now. So if there's a wedding somewhere that, as in, not every wedding, obviously, a wedding where I'm close to the bride or I'm close to the groom or I'm close to the family members, I would turn up in a good spirit. So this happened in January. Before, in fact, a lot of this story time is turned from my Ghana trip. So let's take it back a bit to December 2020. So in December, I wanted to travel to Ghana. So I met my HOD and told him that I want to travel, so I want to apply for a leave, right? And he's like, okay, because I'm working with like the direct boss of my office, like the Oga Pata Pata, I can't exactly just tell my HOD and go. I have to tell my boss that I'm under directly, even though according to hierarchy I'm supposed to report directly to my HOD, but my HOD's office is different from my office, and I'm working in the office of my Oga Pata Pata. Do you get? I'm working with the direct boss. So my HOD was like, I should tell my boss about the trip, that he cannot just grant me a leave when I've not told my boss yet. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I told my boss that, okay, I want to travel to Ghana for Christmas. And he's like, oh, when did you plan on traveling? I said on the 23rd. I think I told him 23rd. And he's like, since it's going to be Christmas period, there's no point applying for a leave because there will be little or nothing to do in the office. It's the festivities and almost everybody will be gone. So there's no need applying for a leave. When it's time, you just travel. I permit you to travel. If it's around those 20-something dates that you're talking about, then it's fine. Just go. I'm like, oh, thank you, sir. Right, that's so I didn't have to apply for a leave. My wife Pata granted me, he allowed me to travel, like, so like an expressed leave. We didn't have to put anything in writing. So on the 20th, I think, we had finished almost everything we had to do in the office. We had tied loose end, we had like summarized everything for the year and whatnot. So my boss was like, you know what, Bina, you might as well not come to work on the 21st because we are done with office things for the year. So is that your trip that you told me about earlier? You can even take it earlier. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you, sir. That's how I went to Ghana. Did all my gallivanting and whatnot, and came back on the 31st. I landed in Nigeria on the 31st of December. So my elder sister's husband's younger sister. Yeah. So my in-law's younger sister was getting married, and he's a big wedding because we've been planning the wedding. They've been planning the wedding, not like I was involved in the planning anyways. Well, maybe somehow, because I was in a WhatsApp group of the bridesmaid and the bridal shower, I guess. So maybe all of us time they plan the wedding together. But long story short, we've been planning the wedding since 2020, and because of the pandemic, the wedding couldn't hold. Do you get? So the wedding now was slated for 7th of January. That's the wedding that has blown up my channel, by the way. That's the wedding that I have 18,000 views right now. If you have not seen it, go and see. It's the most outrageous bride wedding. I'll find a way to insert a card anywhere in this video. Just look out for it. The most outrageous bride. That's the topic of that wedding. So that is planning this wedding since 2020. Just couldn't hold. Pandemic was hitting us here and there, and we decided to put the wedding on the 7th of January. 7th of January being my other sister's birthday, by the way. My other sister's birthday is on the 7th of January, but that was the traditional. I was there for the trad, so we had to be there on the trad 7th, and then the main white wedding was on the 9th. So as a family, we had to travel. The wedding was being held in Port Harcourt. So as a family, we had to travel. Momsy, me, my younger sister, Momsy drove down. We drove to Port Harcourt. So now, let's talk about this whole query thingy. Okay. Ideally, as a civil servant that I is, you get it. In my head, I was like, okay, so because the first working day of the year is going to be on the 4th of January, I'm like, this of January, someone should not resume work. Or should not because we had the wedding on the 7th. We're going to be traveling on the 7th from Benin to Port Harcourt for the trial, and then stay in Port Harcourt till on the 9th and come back on the 10th, which is the Sunday. So I was like, it's not going to go to work and then leave on the 7th. Why don't I just leave everything and just resume on the 11th? That was the initial plan. But then I thought again that it's not be fair, especially to my boss, because he had granted me leave to travel to Ghana and I've come back on the 31st. I told him I'll be back on the 31st. So I'm back now. It's not be fair for me to not come and show my face in the office the first week of resumption of the year. I was like, let me just come to work and work Monday to Wednesday. And so Thursday and Friday, since it's weekend, if I don't show up Thursday and Friday, it's not be so much of a big deal. That's what I thought in my head, right? So I was like, it makes sense. So I came to work on Monday. I think the office was dry. Very few people came. But because I wanted to travel on Thursday and Friday, the many days of the week, and knowing that I've been granted leave for like a week before the year ended, I'm like, okay, now come to work. So I came to work Monday, 4th of January, Tuesday, 5th of January, Wednesday, 6th of January. I came to work. And that Wednesday, I left my office around like after 5. I walked every time. I made sure that everyone that gave me that had something on my desk, I cleared it. Everybody that wanted me to do something, I did it. Like, I made sure I tied up all loose ends just so I would not be needed in the office on Thursday and on Friday. And I was not even expecting people to come because, like I said, it's the first week of resumption, and I know how civil service can be. People don't exactly resume that first week, and it's a weekend, Thursday and Friday. Normally, even when the year is in, when we have reached middle of the year, gone safe, Thursdays and Fridays most especially, people don't exactly come to work. So I'm like, Thursday and Friday, I can wing it since I've been active Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It wouldn't be that much of a big deal if I don't show up on Thursday and Friday. That's what I thought in my head, right? It sounded like a perfect plan, to be honest. So I came to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I did everything. I closed late. I wanted to make sure that I had done everything that was required of me. You did it. And on Thursday, my family and I traveled for the trad. We enjoyed ourselves. You know the sweet part about this is the fact that I enjoyed myself at that wedding. Because if I did not enjoy myself and then I came back to a query, I would have been so mad. I would have been so angry. But thankfully, the wedding was fun. I had fun. I danced. I enjoyed. Like, we went for this wedding and I was like, we got them, get them. I danced my heart out. I enjoyed myself to the max. And we came back on Sunday. I came back to work on Monday, dressed like a normal person. If you see me in my corporate that Monday, I was ready. That is how I came to work. And my HOD was like, Bina, you have a query with me. Like, your query is with me. Oh, I didn't answer him. I didn't know what to say to him. I didn't have any words for him. He was like, I have a query and my query is with him. I just looked. I stood there for a bit. I'm like, okay. And now if you know me, you know that I'm not nothing they shake me normally. I get mind. I'm very akoroka. I'm very, you can't threaten me, you can't make me afraid, you can't shake me. It's hard to shake me. It's really hard to get me fidgeting. Except you're snake. So if you're snake, I can be shaking and fidgeting if it's snake. But if you're human and then you're talking to me, you're trying to instill fear in me, I could literally care less. So he said what he said about the query, and I just stood there indifferent, man. There was no feelings, there was no emotions, there was nothing. I had no reaction, and I was like, okay. So he was done, and then I was excused and I walked out. I just came back to my office. That was on Monday when I resumed work. So on Tuesday, my friend, was it on Tuesday or so, on Wednesday, I was on my way to work when my colleague called me and said that my HOD asked her to go and type my query letter, and then she was begging him that he shouldn't do this and he shouldn't do that, and she was trying to make him see reasons why they should not query me. And I'm like, why are you begging him? See, I'm not a proud person, but if you want to get me to my knees by force, you're not going to get me to my knees, especially when I don't feel remorseful. Almost everybody that was talking about this whole query matter did not resume work Monday, the first week. Like 90% of the people in my office did not resume work on the first week. I resumed work. I worked hard. I worked Monday to Wednesday. Because I didn't come to work on Thursday and Friday, you're going to query me when all the battalions of people that did not come to work from Monday and Friday have not been queried. Well, might as well go ahead. I was so pissed, man. I was so angry because I work in an office where let's say 50% of the population don't come to work. People just stay at home and get salaries. I come to work every freaking day. Mondays to Fridays I'm here. Mondays to Fridays I'm here. And I did not come to work on the first week of resumption. I did not come Thursday and Friday. You're going to query me, man. I don't care. Just whatever makes you sleep well at night. I was so angry. So my friend was like, when she called me on phone, I was like, on my way to the office. But I mean, he should do what he wants to do now. Why are you begging? She was like, but then I don't see they talk happy. No worry, come office, I'll wait for you. So I got to the office and I went to her desk. I'm like, yeah, you said they were waiting for me, wanted to see me. What's the issue? She said that, so my HOD wants to query me, and I'm acting like it's not important. I'm acting like it's not a big deal. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? And she was like, she was saying, I didn't even come to work on the first week, and I'm not going to be queried. That's what she was explaining to my HOD, that she that didn't even come to work on the first week, she's not being queried. Why is Bina being queried? After Bina came to work for this amount of days and she didn't come for 2 days, and you guys are going to query her? Like, it makes no sense. Everybody was just saying that. I'm like, if querying me is going to make him sleep well at night, man, I like peace. If querying me is going to give you peace, please, I mean, go ahead and do that. Please. Do you get me? So, but I was pained there. You know how that creating pained me? I was psychologically, physically, emotionally hurt. I was so mad at that whole situation. I didn't even change my outfit towards anybody. I kept on doing my work. I kept my head up high, doing what I had to do. I just kept on being the Bina that I am. I didn't even act like there was a pending query. Do you get? So by Friday, the query finally got to my table. One of my colleagues brought it and like, Bina, Augustine, if you sign this, maybe you receive. I'm one of that I received. I saw the heading was a query for me, and they put in the letter that I didn't come to work for 3 days. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sign this because I did not come to work for just 2 days. On Wednesday that I walked my butt off, I'm not going to sign that I didn't come to work on Wednesday. He was like, okay, then it's a mistake that they will correct it later. I said, I'm not going to sign this mistake. I'm sorry, but please take it back to the HOD and tell them that Bina says she's not going to sign it because she didn't come to work for just 2 days, and this letter says 3 days. I'm not going to sign anything that will implicate me. 2 days, not 3 days, please. So he said, so you're not going to sign it? I said, I'm not. So you're not going to sign it? I said, I'm not. So he took the letter back, and then they brought it back on the Monday, I think. Or I think letter came previously on Thursday. I refused it, and then it came back on Friday. I know I came one day, I didn't sign it because there was a mistake about the number of days that I was off for without leave. So they had to go back and correct it, because me, you don't know me. On a normal day, even with, I don't know if it's a small person mentality, but on a normal day, I don't take rubbish. I don't even accept disrespect. I don't even accept rubbish. You're going to now tell me to come and sign something that not done. I'm not going to sign it. If you like, be God. If you like, be God. I'm not going to sign it. See, I'm the kind of person that does something and does it with my full chest. Like, I damn the consequences. If you're going to put my head on the chopping block, put my head on the chopping block. Like, if you have a gun to my head and tell me to sign something I don't do, I'm still not going to sign it. I get mind like that. I'm very locked up. Like, I don't care. Do you get? So I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to sign letter that when the letter says 3 days, and me, I know that I was off for just 2 days, Thursday and Friday. I'm not signing it. So they did the correction and then brought the letter back, and I signed it. I received it, and it was like the letter said I should reply within 24 hours of my receiving. So I think letter came on the morning, so I had to reply it within 24 hours of my receiving, which was a Tuesday. And then I was typing my reply. So I went to meet my HOD first of all, because I've never replied the query. And with my office here, because most of us are quite new, we're not very grounded on the whole job thing and civil service procedure. So I didn't know how exactly to reply a query. It's not like anybody has been queried before that I've seen. Do you get? So I went to meet my boss. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to reply this query, sir. Can you please put me through, like, what are the steps? I don't know. Like, usually we ask my boss anything. That my HOD, he's very grounded in the job. He knows his onions. He knows what he's doing. He's very grounded in the civil service. So with everything that we don't understand, we just ask him. So how can we go about this? What do we do about this? What do we do about that? So I didn't exactly think it was an insult to go and ask him, like, okay, sir, how do I go about replying this query? But he got so mad that until now he gave me a query and I'm coming to ask him how to reply that. Who does that? Who does that? That's a slap to his face. He was so angry, and I apologized. So I said, I'm sorry if this came off the wrong way, but that was not my intention at all. I just didn't want to take the letter to someone else and let this become an office gossip. I didn't want to be the topic of office gossip around. I want it to be like, okay, you gave me the query, it can be between us. I don't want it to be floating around the office and being queried, and then everything will now come and look so dirty and nasty, like people exaggerate it more than what it already is. I didn't want that. So that's why I came to meet you. But it's fine if you want me to go and meet somebody. So like, I should get out of his office, I should leave his office, I should go and find however I want to reply. I should go and look for whoever and help me. I should just get out. Like, but I'm sorry if you feel insulted, I'm sorry, but bye. So I went to meet someone else and they put me through, and then I replied this thing and gave him. So when I was typing this thing outside, my colleague came to meet me and he was like he does not like the way I'm responding to this whole creating. I'm like, how? He said, I'm not being remorseful. I said, how so? He said, if to say na him, if I don't go like that straight for ground, beg everybody, say he don't change, he don't turn a new leaf. I'm like, I've apologized about this whole thing, because when I resumed work that Monday, my boss, like my oga, asked me why I was off, and I explained to him, and he scolded me sternly. He was so harsh, and I kept on saying, I'm sorry. Do you get? So after me apologizing to him, before my HOD called me and told me that I had a query with him, he just didn't go down. Like, I've already apologized for this thing, and then you're going to query me for it again. See, when I feel like if I've already apologized sometimes, you still want to make me pay for the consequences, you might as well go ahead and do it. I don't know what else to do. I've already apologized. I didn't know what else to do again at that point. Again. So even with my HOD about the whole query letter thing, I responded to it. When I met him and then he was angry, I still went back to apologize. Like, I had apologized. I don't know how else they wanted me to be remorseful. I'm not a proud person on a normal day. I know how to own up to my mistakes. I know how to apologize. Yes, I know how to apologize. So I'd apologize. So if after apologizing you still want to punish me, honey, go ahead and do it. The world will not end because I'm giving you a query letter now. It's not like, it's not like the sky is going to fall down. So it's not a big deal. My colleague was like, he doesn't like that I'm not so remorseful about the thing, that I would have just gone when Oga and the HODs together, I would have just gone, kneel down, beg them, roll, cry, make sure that they don't give me this query letter. I don't know what query letter means. I can be dismissed, I can be this, I can be that. So this is what I said. I said, you know what? I worked in the civil service for almost 2 years, but I'm dismissed today, no problem. 2 years in the civil service is good, this thing for my CV. I can work in the private sector. I know what I carry. I know what I bring to the table. So if you're going to sack me for being off for 2 days, man, go ahead and do it. I mean, I'll be fine. That's how much I know God. I know that I've come to the point where I know that regardless of anything, I will be fine. I will be fine. Do you get? So they issued me the query. I replied this. My boss called me back a few days later and then started saying that. So now they gave me query and I had mine to reply it, and I didn't even beg, I didn't even do this, I did not. I don't know what you want me to do again, man. I don't know what you want me to do again. Right now, I don't know how far that query letter has gone, but I'm guessing they did not submit it to the Civil Service Commission. I'm guessing the matter died in this office. I'm guessing, I don't know. I shall know that I'm in a good headspace. I'm fine. And if tomorrow someone decides to want to pull up the query letter and make it a thing, whatever, man, I will be fine. That's what just John and Bible says, say unto the righteous, it shall be well with you. I know that the righteous are God in Christ Jesus. So I know that it is well with me. No matter what you throw at me, I just know that I'll be fine regardless. That's my reaction to every situation in life. I will be fine regardless. I'll be okay. So I know that I'm still talking. Probably I'm still pained. No, but I'm not pained anymore. I'm quite in a good place. I also wanted to come here and share to you guys how I got queried and almost got sacked because of Owambe, because of social life, because of enjoyment, because of pleasure, because of happiness, because of anything. I'm probably being annoying right now. So yeah, you guys, I don't know what you learned from this story. Me, I don't know what you will learn. But whatever I learned, good for you. If you're not learning anything, I'm sorry, or still good for you. Anyways, I'm ending the video now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Please remain in God. God bless you. Bye.